Hey, good day. This is your hillbilly historian coming to you from the hills of East Tennessee, little town of Life-A-Lot, Tennessee. Actually, La Follette. We jokingly call it Life-A-Lot. Here in the beautiful, beautiful hills of East Tennessee in a beautiful spring and summer. Folks, today I want to talk a little bit about something you hear about called the deep state, or affectionately called the swamp in D.C. Now, what is the deep state? Deep state is an embedded bureaucracy that considers itself more powerful than any elected official. That they can tell elected officials to shove it up their butt. They're going to do as they please. They're in charge of their departments, and they're sitting around drawing humongous wages and salaries and doing very little work. What work they do is to protect their domain, the confidentiality of their power and control of the United States of America. Now, the deep state is composed of people in different agencies, all working together. If you don't think they're working together, look at the 51 men who signed the false document saying that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian misinformation, a Russian plant. 51 of these deep state liars protecting their turf. And they find that they get better protection from the Democrat Party than the Republicans, but the Republicans have enough rhinos to help protect them as well. Only now under Trump are we getting a little bit of inspection into the acidity and criminal behaviors of these deep state participants. Those 51 men lied like the dogs they are, the thieves they are, to protect their turf, to protect their power. And believe me, this deep state goes way back. It was initially formed by the 48ers who escaped the 1848 revolutions, failed revolutions in Europe. That was in Russia, Austro-Hungary, France, several states in Germany, and several states in Italy, two countries that had not combined their separate states into a single nation at that point. And these 48ers came over here. They were educated, intelligent, and they worked their way into our bureaucracy. And they've been there ever since. And they fool the idiots, Americans who are too ignorant to know what they're doing, and that they're being used as useful idiots and manipulated, like Cordell Hull from Jamestown, Tennessee. One of the biggest Marxists in United States history, who helped create the deep state and their Marxist communist agenda. The deep state, formed by these agencies, the CIA, the FBI, IRS, NIH, all these agencies, USAID, that steal from the American treasury, the American working man, and spend this money for their influence and power around the world, especially here in the United States. And they defend all the idiocy in the world, all that lacks common sense, like transgenderism, queerness, LBG, alphabet crap, all this idiocy, brainwashing our children, grooming our children, all this stuff with absolutely no basis in common sense whatsoever. It's a left-wing communist Marxist agenda to destroy religion, destroy the family, destroy uh, the democracy, destroy the republicanism of this country. They're out to do away with all that. And they believe in one world government, constant warfare, everything that is detrimental to the United States, they support. And hey, they did away with John F. Kennedy there in Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas, back in 1963. That was a deep state assassination of a president. And regrettably, the deep state has become embedded in our judicial system, and it was essentially our judicial system that got rid of Richard Nixon in 1974. Our corrupt judicial system, anti-America judges, part of the deep state that we need to eliminate. And we need to rein in these judges. Supreme Court's doing a little of it now. It's about time. But they're always there, always plotting ways to destroy America. So our elected officials need to get their shoulders to the wheel and get rid of this deep state in any way they can do it. You know, they tried to destroy Trump. Now, the deep state manipulated Bill Clinton and used the agencies of government to destroy Ralph Reed and the Christian Coalition back in the 90s. Christian Coalition was telling the American people how every congressman and senator voted on every issue. I remember getting those little cards in the mail telling me how my congressmen and senators were voting on every issue. I loved it, but they hated it. The deep state hated it because they don't want the people to know what they're doing up there. They want to avoid transparency in any way they possibly can. The deep state is purely evil, purely, totally evil, and needs to be gotten rid of. After the Christian Coalition was destroyed, the Tea Party rose up. It was a populist movement. Sarah Palin was the leader, and the deep state did everything they could to tell lies and destroy Sarah Palin and the Tea Party. And there was a lot of stupid Tea Party people that helped destroy the Tea Party themselves. Like here in Campbell County, we had a guy who lived in Knox County, came up here with the help of Dennis Powers, our state representative. They formed a Campbell County Tea Party, and he went to Nashville, this Claiborne guy, Bill Claiborne, as president of the Campbell County Tea Party, and actually got the people in our Nashville to think that he was chairman of a county Tea Party so that he could strut around Nashville as the head of the Campbell County Tea Party. And it was idiocy, destructive, backstabbing behavior of Dennis Powers and these people that really did harm the Tea Party. But it was the deep state that encouraged this kind of behavior and rose up to destroy Sarah Palin and the rise of the Tea Party, which was a populist movement. Then along came Trump and the MAGA movement. And boy, has the deep state tried every trick in the book to destroy Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. But Donald Trump was strong, had backbone, guts, and kahunas. he essentially stood up and pointed at the media and called them fake news. The lying legacy media, or legacy lying media, however you want to say it. He is the one that exposed them for what they are. He's exposed the deep state. He has brought attention, and he has survived it and got elected. And hopefully, this is not the end of the movement. Hopefully, the MAGA movement will do more and more and more to destroy this embedded deep state Marxist and communist who want to basically destroy the republicanism of the United States of America. And we are a republic, not a democracy. And they want to destroy that republic. And hopefully Donald Trump and his successors, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, and these people will shed the cloak of rhinoism and become true MAGA, people supporting, transparency supporting, deep state destroying representatives of the real people of America. The earners, the workers, the hard-working middle class of America. This deep state has to be eradicated, or America will be on a road to destruction. And like Rome became embedded with a deep state of its own and crumbled under the fictitious leadership, self-serving leadership of these deep state members. And we have got to be strong, and we've got to go to war against these members of the deep state. Do everything you can to pull a rug out from under any member of the deep state, whether it's a Democrat or a rhino or whatever. Pull a rug out from under them and get rid of them. Destroy their career because they are trying to destroy America for their own benefit, not the benefit of the people. So the deep state is evil, totally evil. The swamp needs to be drained. And you can name them. Comey, Brennan, all these people that signed, those 51 people that signed that document claiming that Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian misinformation. There's 51 people right there that all 51 of them should be in prison. They should not be running free, effectuating the evil of the deep state. They should be put out of commission, totally out of commission. And all 51 of them should be in prison. And hopefully Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and these people. I'm a little alarmed that Pam Bondi come out and said that there's no list of Epstein's clients. Now let me tell you something. Every business in America, every business keeps a client list. Even restaurants know who their favorite customers are and treat them with affection because they know that makes the success or failure of their business. I worked for a carpet company one time. We had a huge client list. You didn't buy even a single little bitty throw rug without you were put on that client list and what your preferences were. That is the essence of business. And you can't tell me that Epstein did not have a list of his clients. Every business in America. And Epstein was the worst pedophile in the history of the world. And, you know, he kept list of his clients. You know, like Bill Clinton traveled to Epstein Island 26 times. He loved young girls. And so we know who the deep state members are. We know who the liars are. We know who's trying to hide what. And we need to push for transparency. And anybody that's not totally truthful and transparent is working for the deep state and should be thrown out of office quickly, immediately, without recourse. But anyway, this is enough said today on the deep state. If I get any new stuff, I'll let you know. But there's a war in this country between the working people who fill our treasuries and the deep state who steal our treasuries. There's a war between us. The Praetorian Guard, we've got to get rid of them. We've got to throw them out, get them out of D.C., drain that swamp, and make America transparent and honest and money-making and truthful, Christian-loving nation as we were designed to be. Now this is your hillbilly historian enlightening you on transparency and truth, coming to you from the hills of East Tennessee, the Appalachian hillbilly historian. Good day.